Hi, welcome back to Newsmas with Looking for a Headline. Today is day 20. This is my last video of Newsmas, and today I want to talk about a poll from Public Policy Polling. Most shocking news coming out of this poll released just the other day is that 30% of GOP voters would be willing to bomb Agrabah, the fictional city from the Disney film Aladdin. Even more shocking than the general GOP number, 41% of Trump supporters would be willing to bomb Agrabah, despite the fact that it doesn't exist. Even though this may just seem like a funny fact coming out of this poll, the interesting thing coming from this is that these GOP voters, and Americans in general, are willing to bomb places that they have never heard of simply because they sound Muslim. But it's not just the GOP that are in favor of bombing Agrabah. 19% of Democrats were still in favor of bombing Agrabah, a place that doesn't exist. This poll from Public Policy Polling revealed other shocking news about American sentiments about Muslims, including 54% of GOP voters supporting Trump's Muslim ban, 46% of Americans supporting a national Muslim database, 28% of GOP primary voters think that mosques in the US should be shut down. When it comes to Trump supporters, only 33% think that Islam should be legal, despite the fact that the US protects freedom of religion. However, Trump supporters are in the minority in that case. With Cruz voters, it's 59-21 in favor, 67-11 with Bush voters, again in favor, and 77-10 with Rubio voters, one more time, in favor. But overall, only 53% of primary voters do think that Islam should be legal, which is a shockingly low number because their constitution does protect freedom of religion. Shocking news coming out of this poll: 41% of Trump's voters think that Japanese internment was a good thing. Japanese internment is something that is agreed upon by just about everyone as being a bad thing, that Americans and Canadians did out of fear unnecessarily during World War II. The US is a scary place right now for Muslims. Being a Muslim in the US, being anything other than a white Christian in the US, is kind of terrifying. And these numbers are just proving again and again how much Islamophobia, how much xenophobia is going on in the US. Obviously, these issues exist in other parts of the world, but we're seeing now, as the US is coming up to a big election, that this is going to be a major deciding issue, and it may not go for the better. Thanks for watching, guys. Allison will see you tomorrow.